bombastic side eye, criminal offensive side eye.
Hi girlies, welcome back to my channel. Haven't uploaded a long form video in a long time, and you guys have some questions, and I thought it'd be our fun first video back to talk about some trans stuff while I get unready with me and take my makeup off. This is a Lillyteel look. You'll see it on Instagram. It is Mingle from FNAF. Insert picture here. And I hope you guys like it, but I'm gonna take my makeup off and I'm gonna answer some questions and just talk about kind of like why I haven't uploaded a long form in a while. So for this video, the reason I wanted to do kind of like trans Q&A is because I actually wanted to talk a little bit about the surgery process, because I am in the process of planning my surgeries that I want in my transition, that I feel are necessary for me to feel more comfortable and complete with my transition. I wouldn't say I'm at a state where my transition is complete. Like, I'm still in the process of becoming truly happy with the body that I present in and not being like dysphoric and all that. But let's start with some basic questions. The first question, and I thought I'd include this, I've included this one before, but when did I start my transition? I came out, I think roughly, I came out like my junior year, and that summer, I started like coming out to my family, and that is when I like started presenting as Lily. These bows are like stuck on my hair, whatever. That's when I started presenting as Lily, and like a year or two later, by the time I turned 18, is when I started hormones, and that was quite a process. At the time, I went through Planned Parenthood because I did not have insurance and coverage. So Planned Parenthood was like kind of the best thing for me at that time, and it was a really good, actually nice process. And my mom came with me, and it was very, very informative. And so yeah, so I would say I think I started like my transition, I guess, technically in 2016, 2017. That's kind of like when I knew. And then like sometime in 2018 is when I started hormones. Where the fuck is the case for my lashes? Another question I got was, what was the point that or deciding factor that made me start my transition? And it was, honestly, for the longest time, I've always struggled with depression and anxiety, and I've always had a lot of like struggle and self issues with my body. And when I was in high school, and I had these really lovely friends, and it was so nice seeing them all like comfortable with themselves and just like happy, and they weren't even trans. Like, I did have some trans friends in high school, but for the most part, everyone that I was around was cis. But I did have more LGBTQ friends, and I think that just kind of like opened up my eyes to the idea of transitioning, and I just started doing research, and I started seeing people online, and it all just like really started to like click in my head, because it was just like either that or like continuously like be depressed and unhappy and just not okay with myself, if that makes sense. Another question that I got, that at first I didn't know how to answer this, because I was like, I don't think so, but it was there anything ever looking back that was very obviously trans-coded or made me realize that I was trans and I just didn't realize at the time? And as a kid, I was always very feminine, and I was allowed to play with whatever toys I want, because my parents would just let me have them because that's what I chose, and it was very affirming, actually. But as I got older, like middle school, high school, I always presented as female in like online games. And it was always very affirming. It was a space where I was like, I felt very comfortable with myself, and I didn't feel, even though like at the time, like I did feel like I was hiding something, I felt very happy and like affirmed in myself, and it was very comfortable, and that was probably the first times I ever like really realized, how the fuck do I get this fucking apron off? I'm really quickly gonna put my hair up and change out of this top, and I will be right back with taking my makeup off. For my makeup removal today, I'm using Inky List Oat Cleansing Balm. My next question is, were you ever judged or turned down by healthcare professionals? So I definitely have felt judgment before in a healthcare space. But the good thing about that is you can usually find someone else that will like be your doctor, this kind of thing. But for the most part, it's a like it's becoming a very like accepting and like safe space to be in. And a lot of healthcare professionals just want to help you. Of course, there's probably some that aren't as genuine. But yeah, I've never been judged that I really know of. And then when it comes to being turned down, no, but there is a lot of like making sure you're okay and like especially with the surgery process, like they really want to make sure you're making the right decision and you're making like the decision that you like you'll know, like they want to make sure like you can't really reverse a lot of these things. And that's one thing I like is they really like at least my medical professionals really talk me through everything. And I love that they are so helpful and so informative. Um, and I'm just really happy that I have the people I have. And yeah. So no, I haven't, but it probably varies from state to state, you know. Another question that I got was, do you ever feel like you're faking being trans? Um, um, Maybe early on in my transition. I don't really recall anything feeling like this. Um, I did feel for a while in the beginning that maybe I wasn't making a mistake, but that's why I waited to like publicly come out. I waited a year before I really started coming out to like a lot of my main family and certain friends. I really only came out to like people I was close to and started telling people about it and started talking about it. And then that year later is when I started coming out to everyone. Um, but no, if anything, there's just been times where I don't know, like I don't want to be trans because of how negative the trans space has become because of people that just don't like us. And it's not that I am faking it, it's more the fact that I want to disappear and not be associated with the community because of that. And I just don't want all that negativity and hate around being trans and just being myself, you know? But I also have to remember at the end of the day, me being so visibly me and being comfortable is helpful for a lot of other people.
Hi
So I
guys,
try
I'm sick, so
to
excuse my
think
voice,
about that
but
instead of
editing really
trying
here.
just like
And I just want
disappearing.
to clarify what I meant when I was talking. When I say I want to disappear, it's more of like I wish I could like take the trans label off some days and hide from the world because of how negative and hateful and nasty it is to trans people right now. I don't want to disappear in the sense of like leaving the internet. I more want to disappear in the sense of I wish everything I posted online wasn't just about me being trans, even though like it never is. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you.
The next question is the best way to support people that are pre/in their transition. And there really is no like best way. There's not like a rule book or a guidebook to this, you guys. Genuinely, just be respectful, be affirming. If they ask you to use a certain pronoun, just use it. And most trans and non binary people, if you make a mistake, they're not going to get mad at you. As long as you either correct yourself or there's no ill intent behind it. I'm really tired of this narrative of trans and non binary people will instantly get mad when you use the wrong pronouns. That is not true. It's only when there is ill intention or it's clear that you're not trying. As someone who has been out for quite a while now and had to deal with family members that were in the process of trying and stuff, obviously now I'm a little less understanding about the mix-up just because I've been out for so long and I'm present very feminine. But in the beginning, people will be very understanding because it's a new thing and it's new for other people as well as you. And just being respectful is like the best thing that you can do, honestly. I'm just gonna go rinse the rest of my face because this is not really just moving it around. So I'll be right back. I am back. I have rinsed off the rest of my face and got the neck and ear paint off. And now I'm going in with my vitamin C serum from Skin Lab. Also, all products will be linked down below and where to get them. and if I have codes with the companies if you want to save some money at checkout. The next topic is I'm gonna go into depth about what I wanted to make this video for. And there's a question that goes alongside it as well. I'll start with the question. The next question is, are you considering to do any other surgeries in the future? If so, which ones? So I want to start this by saying I haven't had any surgeries done.
Hi, I'm back with my scary voice, but I wanted to cut in here and let you guys know. I had a consultation booked in April of 2024 that I booked back in March of 2023. And on Friday, this last October Friday, they called me and they got me in early. So I actually went in yesterday, Monday, the 30th, and I had my consultation.
To get said surgeries, and I will go into a little bit about the surgeries in a minute, but the process is quite long. I started the process of getting letters, I think I want to say late 2021, early 2022. I started that process of getting my letters then, and then I finally got all 3 done back in like December, and it was a bit of a process getting them sent to the place that I want my consultation, because they like kept sending the wrong one, so it was even more time on top of that. And then I finally got a consult set in January for April of next year, so 2024. So yeah, I'm still waiting for the consultation. The place I'm going to is very popular and it's really close to me, which is nice. It's very convenient. And this is just a consultation. It's not even certain I'm going to get anything done there, but I would like to at least see the doctor. But yeah, I have a consult set for a breast augmentation and a vaginoplasty. I'm going to censor that just because YouTube might not like that. Also known as bottom surgery. And for the longest time, I never wanted to talk about like what surgeries I plan on getting or what surgeries I have gotten once I get them. But I don't know. I probably won't share super in-depth processes after they happen, but I do like to tell you guys and I want to keep you informed. I do think it's great to have more trans knowledge and what's the word? Information, I guess, out there. And I think it's important for people like me who are already very visible online to share more about the process. I probably won't go super in depth, like I said, but I will keep you guys updated, of course. So yeah, like I said, the process has been a long thing coming. I've been on hormones for quite a while, and in 2020, I really realized that I needed to start the process, and I've been silly for kind of waiting around. So yeah, I started the process, and it is a lengthy one. It takes a long time because you have to see 2 therapists, and then your primary doctor has to also write a letter. And one of the therapists you have to see for quite a few weeks. I saw her for about 6 to 8 appointments that spanned over the course of like a couple months. And then my main doctor I've been seeing for like 4 years now, 5 years. So yeah, it's a bit of a lengthy process and it's very, you have to share a lot of information. You have to talk about things that make you uncomfortable and talking about, like why you want to get it. And I think that's really important. But this is kind of like my 2 cents to you guys that it's not going to happen overnight and to be patient, because I am impatient and sometimes it sucks. I constantly am feeling like insecure and upset and sad that I haven't gotten further in my transition sooner in my life. I'll be 24 next year, and it just feels crazy that I haven't gotten certain things that I feel like would be like life-changing for me. But hopefully in the next years, I will be at the point where I'm a lot more comfortable and happy and with what I've gotten, and I won't feel like that anymore, you know? And the wait will be well worth it when the time finally comes. And the way I'm saying, I said come when I'm literally putting snail secretion on my face. Okay. But yeah, so hopefully it will all feel worth it, and all the wait and the agonizing suffering with the medical system and them losing my letters and not sending the right ones, blah, 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 will feel worth it. And yeah. Let's see if there's any more questions. The next question I got was, what's the most surprising change? And I'm imagining they're talking maybe about my transition in a whole, or specifically with hormones. And with hormones, like, you go through a lot of bodily changes and things like that, but also you go through a lot of mental health changes. And I don't feel like a lot of trans people talk about that enough. Because if you're struggling with gender dysphoria and you already struggle a lot with your mood and depression because you're trans, not everyone needs hormones to feel better about their dysphoria and stuff. But a lot of people that do, once they get on hormones, it takes a complete shift. And for the most part, you feel better like 90% of the time, and you start to feel more normal, if that makes sense. I've always struggled with depression, so I still have my times, but for the most part, I'm a lot happier, and like I don't really have a lot of things that like in my day-to-day that like really get me down to the point of like I don't want to get out of bed, I don't want to take care of myself. Like that has kind of gone since starting hormones, and that's probably like my favorite thing. There is other things, and if you guys want, I can get into depths on that in another video. But yeah, I would say the mental positivity, you could call it, from the girl juice is really great, and it's probably my favorite. The next question is, how long did it take you to grow out your hair? So this doesn't really change. A common misconception a lot of people think is like when you start hormones, your hair is going to grow faster. My hair has always grown really fast, and on average, if your hair is healthy and taken care of, and you don't have like a blocked up scalp for the pores, like the roots of the hair, you should grow on average 1/2 inch of hair a month. And that's how kind of how my hair's always been. I do color and bleach my hair a lot, so of course I do struggle with breakage and just like split ends and stuff like that. But if you're taking care of your hair, you will notice growth. It's just common for anyone. I always had really thick hair, but yeah, I haven't really noticed a change with my hair since starting hormones. But I would say when I started growing it out, it probably took about a year to get it to like this length. Because when I first started, it was pretty short. I had like a bang, and it was like just a little long on the top and stuff like that. But yeah, I would say it took about a year back in like 2018, 2019. I was probably around here or here by like a year of like being openly out as me. So, but yeah, if you're taking care of your hair, you'll probably get about 1/2 inch on a month, 1/2 inch every month. I'm gonna go fix my hair because I look booger, and we'll finish up with our last questions. For the last question I got, what's it like being so beautiful? And I literally just threw that in to boost my ego. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys when you say stuff like that. It's really, really nice and really affirming. So yeah, that's the last question. And we are all done. My bangs are a little fucked from the wig because I had them parted to the side and pushed back. So, but it's not a big deal because I'm literally probably going to go to bed soon because it is late. Because I just finished streaming, and that's where that look came from. I would love to hear what you guys want more of over on my YouTube channel. I upload shorts all the time of makeup tutorials and other stuff of my life, but I'd love to hear what you want for more long form content because I really don't know what to create. I have one other video that I'm going to film very soon after TwitchCon. I am going to TwitchCon, by the way. I don't know if you're going to see this before or after, but if it's after, I'll insert photos here. But besides that, I'd love to hear more thoughts from you guys. And if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, and make sure you're following me on all my socials for more looks and more content of me. And I will see you guys later. Bye, Greenies. I really should get an outro. Bye, Bussy Blasters.